Sup, y'all? We back with another 24-hour trades. Today we got the mic working. We're just gonna jump right into it today. Honestly, not really too scared on this one, but basically, what we got going on for the most part. So the thing is that this is looking super hectic, right? There's tons and tons of lines everywhere. The biggest zones, that I'm looking at here, potentially for rejections. So I'll have marked up here on red. So so the thing is that overall price is moving pretty bearish. So hold on. Actually, here's the thing. So if I look at this from daily perspective, so I mean price is moving bearish, right? But the thing is that we have like pretty big, a lot of liquidity. Even if we look at this from like a weekly perspective, this is when we start getting our wicks around this area. Even in the past, this has been a pretty demanding zone. All throughout this area has been pretty hard to break any lower. So when I look at it from that perspective, even though we're moving pretty bearish, it makes me start to think that we might get some, some sort of rejections around this area, which is why we have a ton of support lines drawn up. I actually don't really need, a lot of these. Probably, I think we can get rid of some. We can get rid of some of these. I'll have to go back through. But anyways, if we look at this, so we created a support, we broke through that on Friday, and now we're playing just a little bit below that, kind of forming a doji. But then not too far below that, we have another area of support on daily. So that's why there's so many zones drawn up here, because it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff going on, right? So it's really hard to, it's really kind of getting hard to make decisions in here. We noticed that if we come down into this smaller time frame on the 4-hour, we're starting to build up consolidation range here, with more clear traffic coming up than from the downside. It's really kind of messy over here. So that's what I am noticing there. And then if we come down onto the hourly, this is where things start getting kind of hectic. So we have a lot of zones from the downside drawn up. I think if price gets past here, so I'll get rid of these so it's not so much in my face. But I think if price gets past this area here from daily, then I don't really want to take any rejections. So we're just focused on this area, right? So what do we see? If we get some rejections from this zone, I definitely could take some sells down a little bit lower, because I think that we'll get some rejections a little bit lower, maybe closer to daily, and then continue up from there, because we're just basically creating liquidity in this area, right? So that's the biggest thing I'm looking at potentially. And then if we don't get any rejections, then we'll probably see some rejections from the downside. So I'm only looking at these 2-hourlies for rejection sells, and then the daily. Okay, so only thing that might be even a little bit concerning. So if we come down onto the on the hourly here, it's notice this 6 o'clock candle is formed without a wick. So could get some more some rejections up here and some continuation down from there. The 4-hour has a huge wick, so there's that. But I think what will end up happening here, which I've already said previously, is we'll probably get some rejections on this area and continuation just down a little bit more. I mean, we've played, when we broke through this daily, we played the rejection, a couple times now. So I mean, now it's time to play the continuation. But I mean, it is the first day of the week, first day of the month, at least for as far as New York goes. So I mean, it just end up acting a little strange. But that's why we're setting these setting our boundaries, so that way we know what we're willing to take and what we're not willing to take. So so far we broke this zone here, so it would be good if we can get some continuation up just a tad bit more to this next zone here for rejections. But we'll see how that goes. You can see here that whatever downtrend we were on, we kind of broke that here. You see we broke out, rejected it, and then continued bullish. And we did get down here onto our 4-hour area for rejections. So I mean, it makes sense that we would have some continuation up from there, but the only rejections I will be looking at, like I said, are a little bit lower towards daily and in this hourly here, if I was going to be taking buys, because we are moving so bearish overall. So I'd like to see some rejections up here to jump into some sells. Yeah, I did miss a peak from here on this hourly here. So I mean, if we can get potentially some more rejections on this area, we're coming pretty close to 630. But this also right here was another area that I missed. So we'll see if we can get any more rejections off of that. Otherwise, it's just a missed opportunity. We'll see how we play out though. A lot of clear traffic. Okay, so I think price is going to end up dumping, but we just need that entry opportunity. Is really all, because our entry opportunity would have been like up here, right? But now coming so close to this market open here, and we're a little bit lower. I mean, we had price come back up and tap the zone, but ultimately missed the entry just because we didn't even see the zone until we got up around this point. So I mean, if we can get additional rejections on this area here, that would be fantastic. But we might just have price kind of running off now. Let's see what time it is. 6:28. Yeah. What an entry. You ever just miss a trade and be sad at yourself for it? That's where I'm at right now. Extra sad about it. But I think we'll have additional chance for entries later on. We do have some zones a little bit lower for potential buying opportunities if we don't get a retracement back up to the same zone that we rejected off of. I mean, if we don't, then cool. We kind of expected price to dump a little bit lower anyways. Oh yeah. Jeez Louise, man. That would have been an irritating entry anyways. Just came down and retested on the hourly that it broke out of. So yeah, this hourly zone that we broke back above just now, it just came up or it came down, wicked that, and then took off above. We'll see what happens here though. Just be a little patient. Yeah, maybe it would have been good to have like a sell limit or something set up here. Kind of variation-ish setup here. We do have some news coming out in at 6:45. So if we don't get price playing out, how we want, then that could possibly be part of the reason why. Yeah, that was ugly. Not ready yet to fall. Price not ready to fall yet. Very ugly open. So I can tell you already I'm staying out of this range. So I'm not trading anything in here unless we got like really, really clear signals. But mostly this range is kind of ugly. As you can see that it's kind of not very friendly. A lot of wicks going on right now. Yeah, that's better if we can get some more push down. Yeah, there it goes. See. Yeah, the thought process here set up. Got some potential rejection set up here. This would have been super annoying to have happen. Is like price, like you take a sell, we would have taken a sell here, and then right at market open would have gotten stopped out because of like a liquidity grab. because we would have moved to break even and then just got tapped, and that would have been the end of that. Oof, this 4 hour is bringing up a lot of a wick area. So we're getting our wick on the hourly. We kind of assumed, hey, our hourly's needs a wick, so we were expecting price to move kind of awkward there. Looks like we might get our continuation down to our daily area for some rejections. It looks like if we pop on the hourly, this is kind of what we expected here, right? So there's zone 1, zone 2, and if we break below that, then we're no longer looking at rejection for this area. So yeah, looks good. We had our zones drawn up pretty clearly. Let's see how this goes. They're gonna look at me crazy if I take this shit. They said, bro, you're looking at buys after this is dumping so much. Yeah, I am. But we gotta see our rejection confirmations though. 637. What a mess. Woo, Chile. Look at that. We'll see how that goes. Oh shit. Oh my gosh. That was not good at all. After all that. My God. Almost got messed up. Holy cow. That was gonna be all bad. Okay, my stop loss is at break even right now. I'm gonna take profit. Come on, get that push, get that push. There it goes. Cool beans. Oh, that was hard. That was really hard. Jesus Christ. Almost got destroyed. Oh, God. I took a way bigger loss than I needed to on that first one. But ultimately captured like 1% there. Could have been 4, but we should have waited. I should have waited to the daily tap, but I got impatient. I don't know if I would say impatient. I actually got a variation set up here on this hourly, so I was like, oh, cool setup. But then it just dumped, and but we expected this, right? So our entry was at 879. So our entry would have been somewhere like right here, right at 7.9. So it was like right at the close is where we caught that, right? And then 100 points right there. 0 to 100 real quick, you know? But we were expecting that. The only thing that sucks is that we got stopped out on that first. Oh, I was this close to just like getting that zone perfectly. It was right what we were expecting, right? So I don't know. What a time though, you know? What a time. I mean, we had our thought process here, and yeah, what a time. Oh, holy cow. So we definitely saw that coming, for sure. Saw that coming. Just oh my gosh, I'm trying to go back. Saw that coming for sure, but ultimately just couldn't catch it just off the one, which sucks, but it is what it is. You know, we waited, looked for that setup, and the zone that we were looking to take rejections off of was just a little bit lower. So, you know, it is what it is. Why did I enter? Because I've said this in my past videos. I don't know if like anybody really saw it or really paid attention to when I said it, but I will say it again. This setup right here is nuts. False breakout on the daily. I said it a million times, and I'm gonna say it a million times more. False breakouts on the daily are nuts because it's like a wick. Daily zones are wicks. That's what they are. That's what we draw them up based off of is wicks. So if I look at it if I try to step out of the minute real quick and look at it from a bigger time frame, that false breakout is just a wick. That's all it is for the daily. So you get into these areas here, and majority of the wicks are just going to be a couple little candles on the 1 minute, maybe like 3 to 5 possibly, right? So like this low here, we had one candle break below this bearish candle, and then the very next candle, not the third, the fourth, whatever, the very next candle was very bullish. Like it right after it broke below, this candle said nope and created a giant upwards here grab. So we said, okay, enter. False breakouts. I love those on daily. That's like my dream setup right there is all day, especially when we're looking at, when we're in an area where we've pushed down super low, or super high. Like, because the thing is like, so if I had, so like, let's say for example, I had something like this, where price is just up here playing around, playing around. It's really hard to catch a false breakout when we're actually coming, creating structure. But when we have these giant moves, you know what I'm saying? Giant moves down. And then all of a sudden we come down here and false breakout on the daily. Oh my gosh, bro, it's a reversal signal for sure. Because we didn't create no structure. You know what I'm saying? No type of structure. It'd be the same thing if right now price just shot up from where we're at right now and just came all the way up here to this daily and then did a false breakout, because then it would be a sell signal all day. But you know, it works best when price is just running and then just smacked in the face like a fucking backboard. You know what I'm saying? Like this thing just went all the way down and just whatever. But anyways, you already knew what the first setup was. Variation, I take them all the time. I'm gonna have to start looking at, you know, potentially some other type of setups. I love variations though. I really do. I think they work really well. Even right here, could have been, you know, an entry here, in a variation way, but the thing is that this, either way, this probably would have gotten stopped out just because of how price acted when it opened up, which is kind of janky because it's like we had the right idea, right? You know, it came all the way down, hit 50 points. This is where we would have moved to break even, and then we would have just got wicked out and then for continuation down. So it's kind of disrespectful by price, because overall we had, you know, the right idea, right? But yeah, either way, came out with some profits, not as much as we would have liked, but you know, that is what it is when, you know, you're trying to catch very volatile moves. Like that was very, very volatile behavior that we're in. Like when I was in that trade, you know, I ended up getting stopped for what even was it? I think I got stopped like 40 points. I didn't even have the time to set my stop loss at all. Because I entered at 9:05. We got stopped at 66. 866. So it was almost 40 points. Got hit in the face. It was a 39-point loss. And yeah, it hurt. That didn't feel good at all. Because I was like, I just saw price running. I'm like, oh no, stop, close, get out. And so we took a little bit more of a loss than we needed to, but it is what it is. Anyways, I think I've kind of explained this trade setup as much as I possibly could. Hopefully you guys took something out of it. Let me know if there's anything else you guys would like to see in the comments below. If you guys have anything specific that you want me to cover, just let me know, and I'll do my best to go over that. But anyways, another 24-hour trades. Hope y'all have a blessed day. Deuces. Make it a good one.